4-inch turbo back exhaust or 5-inch turbo back exhaust? Which one is better? We're about to find out in this video. We're going to be using the 7.3 Powerstroke as the example. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the clips of some of the 6.0 Powerstrokes and 6.7 Powerstrokes with 5-inch turbo backs on them that I have personally filmed myself. We need to break down what we are comparing. I want to break down the sound difference of the 4-inch versus the 5-inch exhaust. I also want to break down the install difference. How hard is it to install? How much of a difference is it to install the 5-inch versus the 4-inch? And then I also want to break down the price. How much more expensive is it to upgrade to a 5-inch exhaust versus a 4-inch exhaust? So now that you guys know exactly what we're going to be breaking down, I'm going to show you guys the sound of the 4-inch exhaust. Sheesh. So as you guys heard right there, the 4-inch exhaust sounds good. If you're looking for an exhaust system that's not going to give you as much drone inside the car or inside your truck, then the 4-inch exhaust is kind of the way to go. For the install, a 4-inch turbo back is going to be a little bit easier to install than the 5-inch just because you don't have that extra inch of length for clearance over the axle. The 4-inch is going to be slightly easier to install, and I remember myself having to install the 5-inch turbo back was kind of a pain in the ass. With that extra inch of length on the actual piping, you do tend to hit that axle whenever you do go over bumps with the 5-inch versus the 4-inch. So I did have to cut it back a little bit on the 5-inch in order to get it to fit right. The pricing, the 4-inch turbo back is going to run you about $400, which is actually a pretty good deal compared to the 5-inch turbo back. However, I'm going to be getting into at the end of this video why I would choose the 5-inch turbo back over the 4-inch turbo back. If you are looking for a cheaper option with similar sound, the 4-inch turbo back is a great option to go with. Now let's go into the 5-inch turbo back. Now I personally had this 5-inch turbo back on my 7.3 Powerstroke and I absolutely loved it. Just heard right there a lot deeper sound, a lot better sound with the 5-inch turbo back versus the 4-inch. The 5-inch just sounds so much better than the 4-inch turbo back does. Now onto the install. The install was an absolute pain in the ass, guys. I did this myself and it took me about 8 hours to do. It would have taken me only 4 hours, but I had to realize that the extra inch that you have on the pipe does start to bump up against the axle. You have to cut back the pipe about 1.5 feet in order to get it to fit right on a 7.3 Powerstroke, which is an absolute bummer. But if I were to get a 4-inch exhaust, it would have fit perfectly. But is it worth it? Is the price worth it for the actual sound difference that you get? And my answer to that is yes. So the price on the 5-inch turbo back for me out the door was $515, $115 more than the 4-inch turbo back, but it was absolutely worth that extra money to spend on the 5-inch turbo back versus the 4-inch turbo back. I just got such better sound. My truck just sounded and ran a little bit better. That is why I would recommend getting the 5-inch turbo back over the 4-inch, just because it's worth that extra money to spend than to go with the 4-inch turbo back. So is it really worth it to get the 5-inch over the 4-inch? And my simple answer is it depends on what you're really looking for. If you're looking for loud and mean and you have a little bit deeper pockets, the 5-inch turbo back is definitely the way to go. If you're looking for something a little bit cheaper and similar but not as good a sound, the 4-inch turbo back is the way to go. In my personal opinion, I just went ahead and spent the money on the 5-inch turbo back just because I like the way it sounds. And me personally, I didn't really take very long road trips where I was really listening to the drone that much. But that is why I would choose choose the 5-inch turbo back over the 4-inch for those reasons right there that I just stated. I want to show you guys the 4-inch turbo backs and the 5-inch turbo backs on the 6.0 and the 6.7 Powerstrokes. Crazy loud. Whew. Oh damn, he did. Holy Jesus. Eesh. Golly. God damn, that fucker's loud. Honking. The honking kill switch is also available down in the description down below. It is what I do every single time I buy a new truck or a new Powerstroke or do any mods to my truck. I put a honking kill switch on it so that way it protects my vehicle and makes sure that no thieves steal it. That'll also be available down in the description down below. If you guys want to watch more, there'll be more up here or down there. And peace out, guys.